Hello and welcome. My name is Adrena. I am the owner and accountant here at Accounting by Adrena. And in today's video, I'm going to be basically planning out the month of October. So plan with me for the month of October. And I do want to share a few tips for the fall season for my fellow business owners. So as many of you know, the project management tool that I use is called Asana. That's essentially where I can run my business like clockwork because all of the tasks are already set up for me. So the start of October is going to be a lot busier than normal. So I'm just going into Asana here and rearranging some tasks according to priority and my availability. I like to bring the whole month together by using a paper calendar to write down some high-level items just so I can see what the day has in store at a glance. And so I'll share that with you in a little bit. And before I move on, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel and go ahead and click the like button on this video to make sure that I know that you like these videos. If you aren't subscribed to my newsletter, you can do so with the link in my description box below. And let's just jump right in. As I mentioned before, this last quarter of the year is going to be pretty full and a busy season for me. And I'm absolutely here for it. It's going to be such a fun time. But I wanted to share a few things that I am doing to manage my own expectations for myself, knowing that my bandwidth for my business will be way lower than normal. In terms of my personal goals, I normally have a lot of movement goals during the month, so I just want to make sure that I'm staying active. In terms of my personal goals, I'm going to be reducing my movement goals during this time. It's just simply going to be busy enough with everything else going on that I wouldn't have time to get in my usual movement goals or routines. So for example, I usually like to go to yoga once a week, so I'm still going to be doing that. I want to do at least 2 strength workouts each week. And then my goal is to walk 3 days out of each week. Normally, I would throw in there like a swim day. I've been swimming like every week so far, but the weather is starting to cool down and I've been swimming in an outdoor pool. Probably not going to be able to get some swims in until maybe November. The beginning of October is just going to be really busy. I'm like reducing all of those movement goals so I can feel like I'm actually attaining goals. Ideally, I would like to get in 3 strength workouts each week, but let's start with 2 strength workouts as a goal, and anything above and beyond that is just gravy. And as you already know, so another thing that I'm doing in order to reduce my overall goals is that we've moved our YouTube schedule to an every other week posting, which has felt really good for me in this season of life that I'm in. And to be honest, I've already got my content calendar for the remainder of the year locked and loaded. So we are good to go on that. We will be pausing on any new videos in December throughout the start to the new year, but we'll be back in full force in January. So that is another thing that I've been doing to reduce like the potential overwhelm during this busy season. Next, I've essentially started to plan for my time off well in advance. I've been communicating with my team and my clients and making sure that we have a plan in place for all of their concerns. I actually had a meeting with one of my clients where I told him just to walk me through all of his concerns, every single one of his concerns, and I was able to address each of them. So that is really good. We'll start training for this in October with the team and then move forward in November with the coverage. But it is a little nerve-wracking for me because if I'm completely honest, while I do enjoy delegating, I am a little nervous to let go of the control. So we'll see how I do in the coming months. Now, the last thing that I've been doing is managing my own expectations of myself and my capacity by just telling myself that my goal right now is the status quo. I'm also reminding that to my team because I'm not trying to be an overachiever here. I'm not trying to change any process. I'm not trying to improve on any processes right now. I just want to get all of my tasks in Asana completed, make sure my clients are taken care of, make sure my team is communicated to, and make sure that I am staying sane throughout all of this. Actually, a huge factor for this is because I just really want to enjoy this process. So while wedding planning can be stressful, it's also a lot of fun to envision and dream of what this big day is going to look like. Being surrounded by all of my loved ones, and most importantly, actually getting married. I couldn't be more excited and thrilled about it all. Slowing down during this season for my business and just shooting for the status quo in my business will allow me to stop and smell the roses along the way. And I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm so excited what the future has in store for me. So next up, I'm just taking out my calendar and writing down all of the things that I've been working on in terms of organizing my month of October, just getting in those movement goals on that sidebar, and then any of the YouTube videos that I have upcoming, and some of the CEO tasks that I have as well. Thankfully, everything's been going really smoothly over here, and the team has been doing so well. And yeah, everything just seems to be running like clockwork. So I'm really grateful for that. Now let's get into some of the fall financial planning tips that I have for my fellow business owners. Especially now as the fall season settles in, now is the perfect time to reassess your financial game plan and set yourself up for success. So here are 3 practical tips with real examples to help guide your fall budgeting. So the first one is just to review and adjust your budget. Evaluate your current budget and make necessary adjustments based on seasonal trends and any upcoming expenses like inventory or holiday promotions. Especially as the holiday season approaches, make sure you are reviewing your year-to-date expenses and your sales performance. For example, if you noticed that last year's Q4 had a spike in sales, make sure you're considering your inventory and your marketing budget now to meet the demand for Black Friday or for those holiday shoppers. So also adjust for seasonal expenses like increased heating bills, especially if you run a brick and mortar location. And the second tip I have is to boost your cash flow management. With upcoming potential fluctuations in revenue, maybe you have a down season in these winter months, so you can focus right now on improving cash flow by following up on outstanding invoices and cutting out those non-essential costs. So to improve cash flow during these slower fall months, especially if applicable, follow up on any unpaid invoices. For example, you could offer a small discount, say 2% off, to clients who pay outstanding invoices before the end of the month. When you're looking at cutting out those non-essential expenses, some of those examples would be pausing subscriptions or services that aren't necessarily crucial for your final quarter. These are things like seasonal marketing tools or unnecessary software licenses. You can always come back and revisit these in January. And my third tip is to plan for year-end expenses. Anticipate any end-of-the-year costs such as employee bonuses or tax-related expenses and start setting aside funds now to avoid last-minute stress. And don't forget about holiday party expenses because those can really add up. So start setting aside cash as you go by reducing your discretionary spending in October and November. For example, if your business provides holiday bonuses, you could start setting aside a small percentage of your monthly revenue starting in the fall to cover these without stress. Also, if you know you'll need to replenish inventory after the holiday rush, plan ahead and set up a budget for early January purchases. All right, friends, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming along with me and planning my month of October. I am looking forward to Q4 this year. It's going to be a fabulous Q4, and I'm just so excited for what the upcoming months have in store. And that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you in the next video.